Alrighty, hey guys, I am back for a little tutorial for you guys for the expert division. Let's see if I can't get a pink. Oh, come on, I already have that maxed. You see I'm plus 862 there, so I got 62 cards that I can't even use on a max Endbringer. A little bit of a pain. I really hope that they fix that to where if you get to where you're plus something, you know, whatever that similar card is, if it's pink, Tor 7, then I can trade that for other pink Tor 7s. I think it's a great idea. If you guys are watching this video, I just kind of want to, make a little shout out to that. If you all put in tickets requesting that, maybe they're more prone to actually do something about it. So I just kind of want to briefly make a note of that before I get to the rest of this video here. You are going to see me I'm going to keep my accurate bag here for the most part. I don't think I'm going to use a backspin shot. So instead of the possibility of Thorn, just in case, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Hornet. No, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to switch to that. And of course, I believe I want to go at this one. I have not attempted this yet, but I do believe that I want to try this with a Berserker Ball. And as you can see, I kind of have things going reasonable in this tournament. I'm disappointed with 2. I think that's an obvious want to get it every time. The only thing I do want to say about 2 is that bottleneck is there seems to be very little room for error. So if your setup's just ever so slightly wrong, 2-3 rings is the difference that makes you miss on the left side of the fairway versus the right side of the fairway. And you only seem to see that happen when you actually drive it as far to the green. If I was to play a little bit more conservatively, and some of you with like a POC 4s, a POC 5s, if you were to hit a bounce shot, it would stop just right at that bottleneck, and it's a lot easier to hit that fairway. So just something to note, but I have no sense of playing it safe. I'm going for the hole-in-one. Even though I'm assuming I'm never going to make it, I am still going for it. So this is going to be my first attempt at this shot. And of course, I do believe I am going to go at it with, I don't think I need landscape mode though. I was going to try it with landscape mode on, but I really don't think I need it. Well, I'm still going to do it because I want to know what happens. So I apologize, this screen is going to flip on you guys. Of course, I need to make sure that, 10 rings out from my right bullseye, I'm still in the fairway. I'm playing this off the right of the bullseye. And you see I am going to be going through the tree line here. I have not ran into a problem where there's trees coming to play yet. And here you are seeing me land it very aggressively. I need to tighten that up a little bit. That just goes to show you how much that actually swings. And you see a lot of my momentum being taken off of that ball. Now that I'm in this kind of weird range instead of up there towards that opening, so I'm going to tighten this up. I'm going to, next time, I'm going to make sure that I'm away from that bunker at least another 5 yards, because there's also, because where I bounced was a downslope. I want to try to bounce it on an upslope to where it pops in the air, not projects down towards the air, towards the ground, and kind of fumbles along there. So I think I can get a little bit more distance. Well, no, a lot. I know I can get a lot more distance. So I don't even want to say that. And so this is a little bit of a disappointment to me that I'm only out here, because I really wanted to give this a chance. And as you're seeing, I am very in between clubs now. I don't like landing it here, and you can kind of see why. It's a very wonky zone, but you are going to see me play it off of this. And hopefully, right around 3 hops, I'm going to basically put the ball to where it's going to try to stop into the hole. So one of the things that I want to note here is I'm going to kind of do this more straight up. So here I'm going to do probably 10-ish rings here. And I'm going to use a counter back method because I want it to take more of its natural line here. And of course I hit a great ball. Why wouldn't I? Of course, with the great ball, you're seeing it shoot out to the right, and you see very little room for air there. You saw when I was moving that thing, if you hit it even a yard or two to the right or left of your aim, you were kind of screwed there. I kind of almost wish that I kept Thorn on because I didn't expect to be in that crappy position where I didn't quite have the angle. I wanted to make sure that I was back there to the right enough in that opening. And I got a little bad luck there. But, it was my first time playing that shot. Well, it's not my first time ever playing that shot. But from Tour 11, I've done that quite a bit, messing around with it. So, I had confidence that, I could hit the shot. I wasn't worried about that. But I have not attempted that as I've been setting up guides for you guys. I mean, you guys can kind of see what I've been doing. Is I've been doing these guides, not doing these crazy shots, taking the most aggressive approaches. And here, unfortunately, not the best of my attempts, but good enough to secure the birdie. No real threat of me messing that up for the most part. One of the things that I just want to mention is to make sure you don't over aim that second shot. That's about the only way that you could really mess that up. Or if you don't put enough backspin on. I want to make sure that you guys have the backspin so it doesn't funnel off the green, because you see that margin for error there. It's probably 2 rings. I had to land it in like a 2-ring zone, and I was getting real slow about things, kind of running out of time there setting that up. And I did maybe under adjust what I wanted to go by about maybe half a ring. And then on top of that, I made it go a ring to the right as well. So let's see here if I can't execute this shot. Now, what I like to do when I get a little bit farther up here is I like to add backspin because I can. So here you see I'm into the plus 20 yards. So I usually go plus 20. Instead of going 10.6, I usually would say I go about 12 rings. Here, you're going to see me go more like 15. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that I'm in so much power here. So you're going to see more of an overcorrection. And of course, I like still bringing it in with that hook. And here I'm just ever so slightly short, but the reason that I like putting all that backspin on there is because it really keeps it from going down that hill. It kind of eliminate some of the risk. But keep in mind, what I just did there with that overcorrection is 90% of the reason why everybody messes this hole up so poorly is because they're not going enough ring adjustment. And they don't realize it because they're just using the ring system. They don't realize that this shot isn't about the rings. It's a downhill, first off, so the ball gets more affected by the wind. And so you want to make sure that you're overcorrecting. And like I mentioned, I might go 13 rings if I was more towards max club there. But I was well beyond max club. So you saw me even go even more. And then on top of that, I put that extra curl, but I wanted to make sure that I was in kind of that same landing zone as I was setting up. What you saw me do last time on that overtime hole is you saw me not correct enough, and then I didn't land where I was setting up. So I butchered the shot pretty bad. Part of that was probably, talking too much, not actually focusing on the aim. So just keep that in mind for that one. Hopefully you guys can have a little bit more luck than me. And if you don't have the ability to kind of beat it down there around the corner with a Berserker or a Globe, now, with the Globe you're going to have super high winds, so not necessarily sure that that's the best approach, but it is still doable. But if you want to stay away from that approach, you can check out my other tutorial video in Pro, and I'm doing more of the skip shot off the right. So you can feel free to check that out. It gives you a nice straight view at the hole to where you can hit a sniper or a backbone into that green. So good luck with that hole, and I will see you guys on the next one.